and again, again and again and again, again and again, repackaged and re-leveraged, again and again, again and again and again, again and again.
That's a scam!
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.
No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again and again and again, again and again and again, again and again, repackaged and re-leveraged again and again, again and again and again, again and again.
That's a scam!
Yeah, absolutely could pull it off without my math degree. Use very little math. Use a lot of elementary school math. Being comfortable with risk is very important.
No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again and again and again, again and again and again, again and again, repackaged and re-leveraged again and again, again and again and again, again and again.
That's a scam!
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.
No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again and again and again, again and again and again, again and again, repackaged and re-leveraged again and again, again and again and again, again and again.
That's a scam!
Yeah, absolutely could pull it off without my math degree. Use very little math. Use a lot of elementary school math. Being comfortable with risk is very important.
No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again and again and again, again and again and again, again and again, repackaged and re-leveraged again and again, again and again and again, again and again.
That's a scam!
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.
No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again and again and again, again and again and again, again and again, repackaged and re-leveraged again and again, again and again and again, again and again.
That's a scam!
Yeah, absolutely could pull it off without my math degree. Use very little math. Use a lot of elementary school math. Being comfortable with risk is very important.
No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again and again and again, again and again and again, again and again, repackaged and re-leveraged again and again, again and again and again, again and again.
That's a scam!
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.
Lovely internet friends, welcome. Another episode, another day alive in this crazy market. Welcoming you on Nouns glasses. You did not expect that. You usually expect with my Solana glasses, but no. This time we are uniting both chains, Ethereum and Solana, because both chains sport quite a lot of DAOs. Nouns DAO is one of the most important DAOs in the Ethereum ecosystem. And guess what? We had representatives in Athens DAO, which was a Solana-centric DAO event. And this is my merch. I know you're super jelly. Of course. Nouns glasses, by the way. Super awesome, really well made. They're also in toy stores around the world, and they have this little, nose stand underneath, and it really makes it feel like you're wearing normal glasses. Pretty awesome. Good days. I hope that my viewers received the Jito airdrop. I think we haven't spoken since it started trading. I think it was either the night of the stream or the night after. I'm not sure, at least on my time zone. I don't know about you. Big cheers to everyone. Big cheers to everyone that's watching or is going to watch later on. I know lots of you have asked me about today's episode. We have to go explore a little bit the Solana ecosystem and the potential airdrops. And of course we're going to explore the possible ways that we could get those airdrops, but we're also going to talk about the risks associated with all these new protocols, the teams. I'll even share some insider information. Why not? Cheers to everyone enjoying the pump. Cheers to everyone that got or didn't get the Jito airdrop. If you are watching the stream and if you're following the strategies, at least the no-risk strategies like the LST staking strategies, which we mentioned we're doing for the airdrop, I'm pretty sure you got paid. Don't forget, this is income. You're gonna have to declare it. No tax avoidance. One of the only certain things in life is taxes. Cheers to that. Lovely friends, I'm coming after a crazy weekend. It was an endless party. It had lots of alpha, hugged lots of friends, made new ones, welcomed old ones in my city. It was an event that united many chains, experts, Web 2 and Web 3, communities. We were successful with Athens DAO, I believe, to activate the local communities, to let them know that there are DAOs that are revenue positive, there are DAOs that are building ecosystem goods, public goods, open source. There are DAOs that are distributing funds in the form of grants. There are DAOs that participate in hackathons, that organize hacker houses, that have trading syndicates, that pull funds and buy NFTs. So many people visited us, and of course I'm talking about Athens DAO. We had node operators, Bitcoin node operators, we had professional validators, we had hardware operators that make everything possible, and we had everything above and under. Like, it was insane. It was overwhelming. We had lots of core Solana people travel to Athens to vibe with us. The Solana Foundation was there, SPL Governance was there, Neodyme, Light Protocol, Bonk, Monkeys, Grape, Dean's List, Super Team, MetaDudes, Cryptonomist, important journalists from Cointelegraph, local publications written online. It was insane. We had Bankless DAO, we had Nouns DAO, we had City DAO, we had so many things, it was endless. We had MeDAO, we had a group of lawyers coming to tell us how to incorporate DAOs and how DAOs can bridge the gap between Web 2 and Web 3. ApeCoin DAO was there, man, one of the most talked about, one of the richest ones, one of the most well-known DAOs. Yeah, ApeDAO was there. Shout out to Meme Brains, the most eloquent public speaker. I think he's my role model when it comes to public speakers. What an awesome presentation. There is the whole event, both two-day events. All the talks are on YouTube. I'll share them with you. You can go listen to them, and there's quite a lot of alpha. There was quite a lot of alpha. So yeah, a big thank you to the people that supported the event, from the families that came with their children in order to show up and support their talkers, their panelists, the people presenting, the people that were there to actually do their cold call selling and just to fill the room. I don't know, it was awesome. Huge shout out to my close friends that came for both days. I see skets here. I know lots of more were in Athens now. Big thank you to those that traveled as well. I know people traveled from the other side of the world. So yeah, big thank you to Taki Sol, to Dean, to Jonah, to Jaris, to everybody that really put the effort for this to happen. So yeah, one of the big announcements I think that comes from it is that Dean's List DAO has received a grant for $50,000, not to keep, not to spend, but to actually give out as a grant to build public goods on SPL governance and tooling for SPL governance. So yeah, that's I think that is a really cool announcement. More money for the ecosystem, more money for builders. I mean, pretty cool. Soon we're gonna release the details on how to apply for this grant. It's going to be a very interesting exercise for us, and I think it's going to be a fun accelerator-like program for anybody that enrolls. So if you're interested, follow Dean's List, follow me. I'll make sure to be talking about that. So yeah, 50K to be distributed to the ecosystem. Woo! So yeah, we're gonna talk about the airdrops in Solana today. I think after the Pith airdrop, the snapshots for the Jupiter airdrop, the really unexpectedly sizable Jito airdrop, everybody's requesting how to get more of those. How to get more of those Solana airdrops. It's airdrop season. Everybody's interested in that. There are a couple of disclaimers though. There are a couple of disclaimers when it comes to airdrops. First of all, nobody promises that they're going to have an airdrop. You really have to understand that the best period for any project, for any coin, for any community, for any crypto endeavor, let's put it like that, the best period is a little bit before any launch, any coin launch, when everybody is really looking forward, when everybody is hoping to be the first to buy and get financial freedom from one trade. So the hope, the dream makes everybody very warm and always positive, always saying yes. So a good strategy for many projects is to constantly postpone coin drops, constantly postpone this very anticipated airdrop. So understand that there are high chances that many of these parties are just using the airdrop hype, the seasonal hype, to boost their TVLs, to boost their engagement, to get bigger communities, and to get this kind of positive vibe where everybody hopes that you're going to make him rich. So, we're going to talk today about a couple of protocols. We're going to talk about Camino, we're going to talk about Wormhole, MarginFi, Drift. What else? Some more as well. So, and there's a high chance that none of these people are going to give any airdrops. Yes, some of them have implemented points and have kind of leaked information about coins, but nothing is certain. So you might be farming points and never get anything. The second disclaimer is that all these tokens are governance tokens. And governance tokens shouldn't have real value. They should have value for those that are interested in the protocol's governance. If you're not interested in the protocol's governance, you shouldn't really value these coins. Usually, these coins have very small circulating supply compared to their total supply. The market squeezes the tokens, and because there's a lot of demand, a lot of hype, the prices start making no sense. And for that reason, you should be very cautious. You should be very cautious to not follow the hype train. If you did not get the airdrop, do not rush to buy the airdrop. Let the market find its equilibrium and then go in. And these are the super obvious risks that are not associated with the protocols, that are not associated with security or anything like that. So we're going to get into those a little bit, the protocol specific risks, because there is no real free money, like there is in a way in this space, but you're always risking something, and you're always balancing between convenience and security. And if you would go for the full security, most probably you shouldn't be interacting with these protocols, because usually these protocols are in beta versions, are still under development, they are unaudited, and some of them have unknown teams. So you need to be cautious. You need to be cautious. And one of those teams is an unknown team that we're going to talk about, right? Okay. Before we start, connecting and approving transactions with any of these protocols, connecting and approving transactions is when your browser wallet pops, there's a pop-up, and it asks you to sign something. Sometimes you'll get a disclaimer that the transaction cannot be simulated, and it will ask you to sign blindly. So if you have to do all these things and as blind sign or enter a protocol that you don't really trust, you don't really know, it's still under development and it's unaudited, you should always use a burner wallet. A burner wallet is not the wallet you have all your funds. If you have a savings wallet, if you have a trading wallet, none of those is a burner wallet. A burner wallet is a new wallet you're going to create. You're going to name it DeFi December, Christmas airdrops, I don't know, Solana airdrop season. You're going to name it something. You're going to fund it with a little bit of Solana in order to be able to open your addresses, sign transactions, sign tokens, do all these shenanigans. I will be using a wallet called Stream Wallet. This is like a double burner wallet. This is a wallet I use for the streams. There is always a chance I misclick and I leak my seed phrase in some way, which means I even have an even stronger incentive to use a burner wallet. So I've loaded the burner wallet with 10 sol, 12 sol. I have also 1000 Jito because the burner wallet was the wallet that got the Jito. I sold my Jito, kept 1000 coins just as a moonback. I got 2 airdrops, full disclosure. One on my main wallet, which I staked a sizable amount of Solana for Jito, and one on my burner wallet, which we staked on Jito together on the stream in order to get this airdrop. Cheers to those that followed. So, let's start. Where should we start from? Let's start. Let me see where we're gonna start. So I think we should start with wormhole. I think we should start with wormhole, but wormhole is down. What the fuck? Let's see. What's going on is wormhole completely down. So we're not gonna start with wormhole. So let's start with something. Although I really wanted us to do something on wormhole, explain that for some reason here. Let me change the view. Let's go. I'm getting this error. So if I go to wormhole. Let's go to link 3, page is down. Let's go to wormhole.com, page is down. What's wrong with that? Why don't you see my face? Wait. Here we go, one, and here we go the other. Woo! Let's go. So yeah, one of the potential airdrops is wormhole. What is wormhole? Wormhole is a bridge that connects blockchains. You can send assets from Solana to Ethereum, from Ethereum to Cosmos, from Cosmos to Binance Chain, from Binance Chain to Polygon, from Polygon to Arbitrum, and it goes on and on and on. Wormhole is one of the very important protocols that allowed liquidity to move from Ethereum to Solana, and eventually after the Solana season started on the previous cycle, liquidity moved back to Ethereum. Or was lost in FTX, but that's a different story. So wormhole seems to have some issue because I can go to wormhole, but this is like the wrong wormhole. I would imagine, because this is like a Cosmos project. It has Solana. So let's see what it has for Solana. Here you go. It goes to solana.com. Come on. Full integrated blockchains. Okay, for some reason the wormhole Twitter doesn't work, their Linktree doesn't work, and I'm not going to just click on random URLs to show you stuff. That's not the way to do it. Let's see. It's the query. Okay. We're gonna try to do it next time, but in the meantime, you can go read their documentation. The idea is to create, if you all don't already have an Ethereum wallet, for example, and send some USDC from Solana to Ethereum. And that's going to qualify you for whatever airdrop they might ever do. It's not certain, it might not be now. I've used Wormhole since 2021 when they started using, started adding Solana into their chains that they were serving. So unfortunately we can't do this now, but we're gonna continue with MarginFi, and I have it here open. Everything's down. What's going on? I'll go straight from the... Here we go. You need to connect with your wallet. As you see, my wallet, I'm using a Phantom wallet for this one. Using a burner wallet as I promised you. And I am a trillionaire, apparently. That's very nice. Eh? Isn't that a beautiful number? I will screenshot this number. I can buy all everything. Look at this. I'm a quadrillionaire, the richest person in the universe. Imagine if we could actually provide it as collateral. Can we sell PEEP for that? Is there a way? Can I do PEEPO for USDC? Just $7, guys. Just $7. Okay, it doesn't matter. Does this happen also? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, MarginFi, lending borrowing protocol. They've promised points. On the top left here, I'll zoom in for you, you'll see I have points. What are these points? I am rank 3,358. I will not send you a referral link. Here, I copied it. I am not sending. I'm not the referral type of guy. I know you referral people. You are not nice people. So yeah, I'm not sending you my referral. You go to app.marginfi.com and play it. I don't need your stuff. So they have this elaborate point system, and whatever you do in their protocol, you get points. Nothing guarantees that you're gonna get anything. Doesn't matter. So what are we gonna do? We're going to chase the airdrop, the MarginFi airdrop. Now, as you see, there is a red exclamation mark here. The red exclamation mark means that the vault is approaching its limit, which means that soon there's not going to be any more space. We're not going for the APY. We're just going for the airdrop. And as you see here on my balances, this is the wallet amount. It has 12.69 Solana. That's the amount of Solana I have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them not 12, but 1 sol. We're doing this as 1 sol. So here it is 1 sol. I'm going to supply the vault with 1 sol. stake for LST. It says I can be yielding 8% from LST and the commission is 0 and the fee is 0. No, I will not mint LST, liquid staking token. I just want to deposit 1 sol. So here I am depositing 1 sol. So now my position here is 1 sol. I'm lending 1 sol, and that's the value of my position that I am lending. Now, as you see on top, I am also lending 45.93 Jitosol. And that's from a previous airdrop hunting session we had online. So now I'm in the airdrop. Theoretically, you should start accumulating points. Now, what I can do here is I can borrow 1 sol. You realize why? Because I deposited 1 sol and I can get 1 sol out, but I will not do that. I will not do that. Why am I not going to do that? Because I do not know which strategy I'm going to follow next. So what we're going to go next, we're going to go to Camino. Now we're in the airdrop for margin fi. But before we go to Camino, let's talk a little bit about the dangers. What can happen here? Of course, contract risk, someone finding some vulnerability and managing to completely drain the pool. We don't know, are these pools segregated pools? Is the Jito alone, the Solana alone, the BSOL alone, the Bonk alone? Because they are not in one bucket, and someone can drain the whole bucket because the risk is different. The risk of your position versus the global collateral means something for the platform, meaning that if the platform is using as collateral to the loans that is issuing the total bucket, then it has a very different risk profile. But let's not go there. Let's talk a little bit about the non-intuitive risks. A very non-intuitive risk is you're providing liquidity in the lending pool, meaning you are giving some assets for someone to come and borrow. Now, let's imagine that lots of people want to borrow your asset. Lots of traders want that specific asset. So what's going to happen is they will completely empty the pool because there is an entrance and an exit. So you are putting liquidity in the pool and the other party who is paying you is removing liquidity. So if the pool is completely empty and you are one of the parties that provided that liquidity and you want to exit, you want to take your Solana and do it, I don't know, buy an NFT, buy a new iPhone, something. You want to use your Solana. You need it now. You cannot withdraw it. You need to wait for someone to return, to repay their loan in order for the asset to go into the bucket in order to be eligible for withdrawal. So, if you want to have agile moves, there is a chance you'll be trapped. I've been trapped for months in a pool in Tulip Finance back in the day. I will try to find the episode and share it with you. Another problem that can happen with any of those platforms is an Oracle issue. Meaning, oracles provide to the protocol, the real state of the market. So for the protocol, for MarginFi, Solana is at 60, how much? 68.9 Sol. How does MarginFi know that Solana is that price and USDC is the other price? This is because of this little icon next to the price. It says powered by Pith. Pith is the oracle. Pith is the application, the system that provides the true state of the world. So if someone manipulates Pith or any Pith, any oracle, then you are manipulating the real state of the market. Meaning, you can change the prices, and if you change the prices, you can change the value of the collateral. You can change the value of the loan, and wild things can happen, and you will be liquidated, and it's not going to be the coin's fault, it's not going to be the smart contract's fault, but it's going to be a third party. So that's another risk. Those could sound to you as extreme cases, but they happen every single year. And they happen to popular protocols that have been audited, that have been tested, that have been running for years. But here we are, we provided some liquidity. Here on my account, on the top, you'll see how much you're supplying and how much you're borrowing. And then you're going to see the health of your loans. The higher the health, the harder it is for you to get liquidated. By hacking an oracle and changing the prices and lowering the value of your collateral lowers the health of your loans. Increasing the price of whatever you borrowed does the same thing. So be careful out there. So we are in MarginFi. Let's go to Camino. Let's go to Camino. Camino Finance. Another thing for MarginFi that I want to point out is that they are focusing on LSTs. Good job. Let's go to Camino. Let's go to Camino Finance. Camino Finance. This is the ex-Hubble team. They've had experience. They're good. I'll give you an insider's view of the situation. So this is the guy. Camino Finance is this guy. And we are at the Monkey DAO party. Here you go. He looked happy. He was popular. People knew him. People loved him. Very cool guy. And he's doxed. He's not some anon, but it is a high risk platform that caters to degens. And you can see it by hovering over the strategies where they have a multiply section where you get leveraged pools. You get leveraged pools. Thank you, Mr. Dean Machine. Here, I will cheers to you back, friend. As you see on the top right, we have another application promising points. Again, exactly like the previous one, nothing guarantees that they're going to give any points, and then nothing guarantees that this point will have any value. We did our borrow lend. Shall we add some liquidity? I think adding liquidity is the most fun. There is a Jito Sol pool. Wow, that's a degen pool. That's a very degen pool. Wow, let's not do that though. Like, it looks good, right? I know it looks good. It looks good because it has like a 410% 7-day APY. But you're gonna like think about it. One side of the pool has Jito, new coin, extremely volatile, that is going under a price discovery mode. And on the other hand, you have something which is valuable, pegged on Solana, that has an upwards momentum. High chance of impermanent loss. High chance of impermanent loss. I am pretty sure, and like, look at this, you need to lock them up for 30 days. There are 23 days remaining. You get paid in Jito, not in dollars in any way. So you're going to be paid in Jito. Jito is dropping after its extreme climb. And I am pretty sure that if we had an analytics, they are so nice. Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend. This is fair. This is fair. Look what they've done here. They've showed you that if you entered the Camino strategy the day it opened, you would be 5 times up. 5 times up. If you though, so what did people do? What was the strategy? The strategy was, I received my Jito airdrop, I will sell half the Jito airdrop, get it, and get Jito Sol, and then I will keep the other half Jito coin and add them to the pool. By doing that, your investment, your paper profits, because there's no profit unless you exit the pool and sell, and you cannot exit the pool because the pool has you locked for at least 30 days. So your paper profits are 5x win. And then it has this here that says that if you just held Jito, you would be at 11x. So in this case, the most profitable strategy is to hold the Jito. Because what happened? You sold half the Jito and bought Solana. The two assets did not move proportionally up. Jito went super up and Solana was hovering. As a result, your bucket, the liquidity pool that has two sides, one Solana, one Jito, in order to remain balanced while your Jito investment was going up, was selling from this bucket that was going up to the bucket that stayed low. Why? Because it needs to get both buckets at equal value. That's what it's striving to do. Constantly be balanced. If it's not balanced, there's an arbitrage opportunity, which you can close as a trader and make a little bit of money. But, you're locked. You can't exit. And yes, it's called, this is what we call impermanent loss. And it's called impermanent because you cannot realize this loss unless you exit the pool. As long as the two assets go back to the point, to the values that you deposited the liquidity at, then you have no loss. But if you exit at different prices, you will get impermanent loss. the same impermanent loss, the opposite of impermanent loss, is the impermanent win. We're all chasing the impermanent win. What you want to happen is... No, that's the impermanent win. And the impermanent win means that you've done the wrong choice and you've added liquidity to the pool while you should have been holding the risky asset. What you're going for is a world of stability, a world where you added both assets and they remain at the same prices. And at the same time, people were trading the shit out of those assets, and you are not only gaining the incentive, in this case is the 16,000 JUP, JLP, JITO, sorry, whatever it's called. JITO, the 16,000 JITO that they are airdropping in the as incentives in the pool, plus the fees. So this is what we're going to do in Camino. So let's go to a normal liquidity pool. What is a normal liquidity pool? This is a normal liquidity pool. This is a normal liquidity pool. And what are we going to do? We're going to deposit 1 Solana. Or we should do 1 BSOL. And how are we going to do 1 BSOL? Do you remember? Previously, we added to the lending side of MarginFi 1 SOL. Now we're going to borrow 1 BSOL. So here we go. So we added a SOL, we borrowed 1 BSOL. This is the transaction reverted during simulation. Bank borrow cap exceeded. We cannot borrow BSOL. Let's see, what else? What else do we need? BSOL SOL is full. JITO SOL is also going to be full, right? JITO SOL, ultra full, 100% full. So we need MSOL. MSOL looks fine. Camino MSOL. MSOL SOL at 4.3% yield. Sure. Why not? Everything else has like nothing. And it's USDT, USDC. What are we going to do? Are we going to depeg USDC or USDT? And it has a fixed rate strategy. Which means it will be trading, it will have a position range extremely close to 1. Look at this. This is like nothing. 3 bips, not even 0.3 bips over the dollar. I am going to return that asset. I might do this on my free time. I will disclose it fully. For now, we are doing MSOL SOL. MSOL SOL. MSOL SOL. So let's go. 1. We're borrowing. Confirm. You see my health dropped. Why? Because I increased the borrowing side while my collateral amount stayed the same, which means now I've borrowed more than I had before, and that's why the health is decreasing. We borrowed the MSOL, and now we're going to add liquidity. As you see, I changed from MSOL to SOL. So, what happens here? I told you that the liquidity pool has 2 sides. So in a traditional liquidity pool, in the liquidity pools of 2017 kids, you had to split your assets and put them into the liquidity pools. And you need to be careful. So the values were the same. Nowadays, I'm muted. Oh shit. Testing. Woo, nothing, huh? How about now? I should be okay now, right? Okay. It's okay now, it's okay. Alright, so here we go. Earlier I was telling you that traditional liquidity pools have two sides. And back in the day, back in 2017, back in the liquidity pools of 2017, kids, we had to split our assets into two parts, make sure that of equal value, deposit it in the liquidity pool, and the liquidity pool would spit out a liquidity pool token that it would signal how much money you had. There was no dashboard, no automatic swapping on the back. Now, on these pools, they allow you to just choose one asset. And in the back, they will split it as the liquidity pool requires. So if the liquidity pool is imbalanced, they're going to do it on the asset that is less. So, I'm going to do the 1M sol. As you see, there is, as you see here, this is important. It's exactly what I told you. It's, as you see, there is an imbalance here. There is the M sol bucket has a lower amount of MSOL, a lower value of MSOL, total value of MSOL, versus the other bucket, which is SOL. And the moment I add my MSOL, instead of splitting it 50-50, it adds 0.99 on one side and 0.1 on the other. So let's go. Operation forbidden. Why is the operation forbidden? Cheers, friends. Confirming transaction. We have been confirmed. Now we're in the Camino airdrop. And what have we done? We've used one Solana. We've already signed up for 2 airdrops. We took one Sol, added it as collateral, and borrowed one M Sol. Took that M Sol from MarginFi, brought it to Camino, and added it to the LP. And now we're done with this side of airdrops. These are the 2 protocols we can use. Now I promised you there are more ways of doing, going degen and farming more points. But all the strategies are full at the moment. And yes, you could do it manually. Yes, you could supply one Sol here, deposit, I'll show you, but don't do it, and I'll explain to you why. So we deposited one Sol. Now I can borrow a Jito Sol. Oh, there's only 0.4 available. Ha! There's nothing available. I can borrow a Jito. Some Jito, okay? And then I can borrow it and then take it and lend it. I can do it on the same here. I put a Solana. Now I will borrow one Solana. I will borrow half Solana, borrow Sol. You cannot do it at the same. You can do it in USDC. You can borrow in USDC. Here you go. You can borrow. I'm not gonna do it, but you can borrow in USDC. Then take the USDC, swap it for Sol and supply it again, and borrow more USDC. Swap it for Sol and supply it again, and borrow more USDC. And you can do it with Sol and BSol, because doing it with USDC is even scarier. Is there an ST Sol here? There is an APY for the actual liquidity token. And here it is, you can supply it. This is exactly the KM Sol I just put. Camino Sol, because I have a liquidity pool which shows that I supplied liquidity to Camino. You can stake it in a Radium pool and get even more, which I will do right now. And it is here, and I will supply it. And I can do it with Jito as well, and I can do it with the other LP I have on my wallet. And the classic strategy that everybody has been pitching you is you supply Sol, you borrow BSol, change it to Jito Sol, borrow more Sol, add it to MSol, borrow, and you go circularly, constantly between Sol derivatives. And theoretically, because all the derivatives are moving on the same direction, because they're all pegged in Solana, the moment Solana goes up, Jito Sol, BSol, MSol, and all LST tokens go on the same direction at the same amount. All of them exactly. So theoretically, there is no risk. But there is risk. There is risk because these assets are volatile and the liquidity is thin sometimes, especially in certain dexes. And anybody who did this strategy the past weeks, and if they overdid it with the cycles, because every time you're doing a cycle, your loan to TVL, your health decreases. And what happens is, if one of your tokens changes in value, especially if one starts dropping or one starts going up, so if they're not doing at the same time, then you have a very big chance to get liquidated. And there is a post from Solblaze that explains exactly what happened. It says, a quick note on the events that occurred today for Marinade's MSol. How Solblaze is more protected. Doesn't matter. A large seller caused a temporary depeg of Marinade's MSol on DEXs. This is because there wasn't enough DEX liquidity to instantly handle the swaps for large amounts of MSol back to Sol, and it took some time for arbiters to close the gap and bring MSol back to peg. So, what it says here is, someone sold, fat fingered a huge amount of Solana, of MSol that didn't have quite a lot of liquidity in the specific DEX that was passing through the specific liquidity pool that was thin. The price of MSol is dictated by the dynamics of those pools, and MSol started dropping because someone sold. You know, when selling price, when there are fewer hands to buy the price drops. And this is what happened to MSOL, which made lots of people that had used MSOL into their circular strategies for Camino Finance and MarginFi and other leveraged liquidity pool strategies, because this is a leveraged strategy. You're using the same Solana to create a bigger amount of a larger bet. And the moment the two assets start diverging, then there is an arbitrage opportunity. There is an opportunity where you can go buy MSOL and then unstake it for Sol. So you can buy MSOL at a cheaper price because it has depegged, it's dropping because someone sold, but you know that MSOL is wrapped Solana, is staked Solana. So you can take the MSOL, go to Marinade and say, hello, this is my staked Solana, this is my ticket of staked Solana, please unstake them and give me my real Solana. And what you've accomplished is to buy Solana at a cheaper price. And this is called arbitrage. And if a lot of people do that, prices go back to normal. But momentarily, the prices diverged and people who did a lot of cycles in their strategy got liquidated because the health of their loans shrunk. So, don't overdo it. Shit happens. This happened 22 hours ago. Not 22 days ago. Not 22 months ago. It happened like yesterday. Not even. It happened today. There are fail-safes in place. There are fail-safes. Soulblaze is using one. Jupiter is using some for using it as well for some of the LSTs that is trading. You can learn about Sanctum here. It's a cool protocol. It has like a big vault of unstaked Solana and LSTs. And the moment this starts to happen, the moment the depeg starts, a huge sale happens and the liquidity is thin, it will immediately reroute the trade through a vault of Sanctum that has higher fees but maintains the real state of the world. Why? Because it has over 200,000 Solana available for instant trades and LST liquidated positions. Now I need to have constantly my mind on the sound. So we did Camino, we did MarginFi. Let's go to Drift. On-chain perpetual and spot trading with leverage. This is a Mango Markets competitor. This is a place where you can long and short with leverage, and you can trade derivatives and do cool shit. This is a trading environment. This doesn't have much to do with adding liquidity and staking and doing things like that. It's deposit collateral to Drift. Creating an account costs 0.17 Sol. Fund your account. I don't want to fund my account. Here, let's fund my account with, let's do it with 1 Solana. And yeah, we'll create the account. It does not matter. The transaction is posted. And you might get a drift drop, you might get an NFT, you might get some airdrop, you might get something. You might get, here you go. You have a total price of $1,000, a price of $5,000, and the grand prize of $110,000. And I have no tickets, and I will not buy any tickets. But what you can do is post a trade. You can post a trade, and let's see what. Let me move this because I can't see shit. And there is a Jito perp. I'm going to short Jito with at a market price, and I'm going to do $20 Jito. I will do 10 Jito. Here you go. Short a 10 Jito perp. Although it has dropped a lot and it might go down, the only wait, what happened? So this is a perpetual short. This means that this is not usually, it says perpetual because you can just open the trade and leave it open. You will be perpetually be charged for the open position you have. Shorting is betting the asset will go down. And in a theoretical way, you don't need to own the asset to short it. Because why would you own the asset if you think the asset is going down? So what happens is the platform acts as a broker and allows you to borrow the asset, sell it in the market, rebuy it when the price goes down, return it to the broker, and make some money from the difference in prices. You sold it at an expensive price, you rebought it at a cheaper price, and suddenly you can make money. So this is exactly what we did. We have a position now in Jito. This is just a short 10x. I didn't do 10x, fuck. Yeah, okay, I wouldn't do 10x. But that's not for me. We're here just because if they do some kind of reward, some whatever kind of airdrop, most probably they will require you to have an account. And as you saw, the account costs money. For that reason, there's a high chance if you have an account and they decide to give an airdrop, you'll be part of that airdrop. Referrals, docs, stats, you have bankruptcies and liquidations, leaderboards. There's a leaderboard. Like in every trading environment, there is a leaderboard. I have, here's a P&L. I mean, these are not huge numbers. So there's an account that has 56,000 profit. It's not much, right? So yeah, here we are. We've already won. We're part of 3 airdrops. We are missing wormhole, and we are also, if you have the Saga phone, they're gonna airdrop something. The Solana Foundation is going to incentivize protocols to give something to the people that bought the Saga phone. Saga phones are the Solana phone. This is a Solana smartphone where it has some inbuilt OPSEC stuff, some hardware wallets, some extra security layers, and if you hold it, there's a high chance you're gonna get something. So, wormhole, you need to move something cross-chain to get potential airdrop. Drift, you need to make an account and post a trade. Camino, add to a liquidity pool, borrow, lend, they have points, check your status. MarginFi, borrowing, lending protocol, all you need to do is check which vault has space for you, interact with it, and that's it. Pith, Jito, and Jupiter is done. Snapshots or airdrops have already been given. So bad luck here, but it's not the end of the world. More shit is coming, and nothing is certain. I think that's it, lovely friends. I think we covered all the important airdrops for the pre-Christmas season. Be careful out there, be careful, use your burner wallet. Make sure you're clicking on the right links. Don't overdo it with the cycles. Be careful with your loan health, and be careful with the impermanent loss. There is another, how could I forgot? Tensor is also one of the important protocols that are going to drop a coin. It's the reason we bought Tensorians. All you need to do for Tensor to go up, again, you'll see lots of points. Go to rewards, there is a leaderboard. What is this wallet? As you see, I'm Wales' friend. It recognizes me even with my burner wallet. I have 2 Tensorian staking. Why are they? I have 2,000 points. That's not a lot. I'm very low in the reward scheme, as you see. Where is it? I'm ranked 22,200, nothing compared to the MarginFi or the Camino rating I have. It looks like my Tensorians are dead. Tensorians, please come back. Did the staking thing end? That's why they dropped so much. They were like 110 yesterday. It's 21% down the floor. Yeah, maybe it's over. It was good while it lasted. So yeah, Tensor is another protocol that gives points. If you're trading NFTs, you'll see that if you are posting them close to floor, if you are posting volume, if you're maintaining pools, if you're generally trading and contributing to the liquidity of the protocol, you'll be given points. With enough points, you'll get stuff. They've had an amazingly gamified experience with shards and crystals and NFTs, and you had to find the crystals and you had to combine them, and whatever was left was useless. Like, there is a whole chain of events that has happened so far, and we're here. I'm pretty sure there's going to be another step until we reach the coin. We opened the show saying that the most enjoyable, the coolest period of a project is when it prolongs its coin drop. Those months of anticipation of the community towards the coin just creates a very positive and fun atmosphere. So I don't blame any protocols promising points and airdrops. Be careful what you sign, be careful your wallets, use the burners, check your transactions, what you sign. think of Voshi and the grid experiment. And we're just in the beginning. The bull run is just starting. So make sure you're around when we reach the real highs. And on that note, lovely friends, I wish you a beautiful night. I love you all. I hope you understood, you learned something. DM me if you have any questions or if you want me to cover any other topic. I love you all. Thank you, Papa Dean, and see you soon.